We will be discussing here about electricity, and this is a part 1 of the corresponding series. So the first topic will be electric current and circuit. So what exactly is electric current? You can say it as the flow of electric charges through a conductor, and this results in the corresponding electric current in a conductor. Now, what do you mean by conductor? It can be an object or a type of material which allows the flow of charge in one or more directions. Usually, you can say that metals are good electrical conductors. Now, you need a continuous and closed path for electric current to flow. This corresponding closed path is known as electric circuit. For example, you can take the case of a torch. When your switch is on, the torch gives you light. This is because when the corresponding switch is on, it makes a conducting link between the cell and the bulb. Now, what happens when switch is off? This results in breaking of the circuit and the current stops flowing. Now, how can you define electric current? It can be expressed as the amount of charge flowing through a particular area in unit time, or you can define also as the rate of flow of electric charges. Generally speaking, you will take the direction of electric current as opposite to the direction of flow of electrons, which are actually negative charges. And now coming to equation for I, suppose you are assuming that you have got a net charge Q and that flows across any cross section of a conductor in time t. Then you can say that the corresponding current I is equal to Q divided by T. And the SI unit of electric charge is coulomb, you denote it as capital C. This is equivalent to the charge contained in nearly 6 into 10 power 18 electrons. Now coming to the SI unit of current, it is actually ampere denoted by capital A. 1 ampere is constituted by the flow of 1 coulomb of charge per second. That is, 1 ampere is equal to 1 C divided by 1 second. Now, if you need to measure current in electric circuit, you will use an instrument called ammeter. And you connect the ammeter in series in a circuit through which the current is to be measured. What is meant by series connection will be dealing in the later stages. Now you can see a question. A current of 0.5 ampere is drawn by a filament of an electric bulb for 10 minutes. Find the amount of electric charge that flows through the circuit. Here you are given the current to be 0.5 ampere. Since you are given the time in minutes, you need to convert into seconds. That is, you will be getting T is equal to 10 into 60. That is 600 seconds. And you already studied I is equal to Q by T. So on rearranging, we get Q is equal to I into T. That is, we get Q is equal to 0.5 into 600. That turns to be 300 coulomb. The next question is, what does an electric circuit means? A continuous and closed path of an electric current is called an electric circuit. Define unit of current. The SI unit of current is ampere and we denote it as A. 1 ampere is defined by the flow of 1 coulomb of charge per second. Calculate the number of electrons constituting 1 coulomb of charge. You know that the charge of 1 electron is actually 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. And now we can assume that n to be the number of electrons. This means we'll be having 1 coulomb is equal to n into 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb, or your n will be 1 coulomb divided by 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. You get that to be 6.25 10 power 18. Now, your next topic will be electric potential and potential difference. So, what makes a water to flow? You should have a pressure difference between two ends of a tube so that you are able to make the water flow. For example, if you take a vertical height, the water flows from top to bottom because you have got a pressure difference. Similarly, for the flow of charges in a conducting metallic wire, you require an electric pressure called potential difference. And this difference is achieved by using a battery consisting of one or more cells. The chemical action in the cell generates a potential difference across terminals of the cell even when you don't have any current drawn from it. Now, the potential difference between 2 points in an electric circuit carrying some current is defined as the work done to move a unit charge from one point to other. That is, we can say V is equal to work done W divided by charge Q. The SI unit of potential difference is volt given by capital volt, V. Now, 1 volt is the potential difference between 2 points in a current carrying conductor when 1 joule of work is done to move a charge of 1 coulomb from one point to other. That is, you get 1 volt is equal to 1 joule divided by 1 coulomb, or 1 volt equal to 1 J C raised to minus 1. Similar to measuring of current, you measure the potential difference by an instrument called voltmeter. But to measure the potential difference, you connect the voltmeter in parallel across the points between which you need to measure the potential difference. So you connect the ammeter in series, whereas you connect the voltmeter in parallel. Coming to numerical, how much work is done in moving a charge of 2 coulomb from 2 points having a potential difference of 12 volt. You are given here Q to be 2 coulomb and the potential difference to be 12 volt. Therefore, your W will be V into Q, that is 12 into 2. You get that to be 24 joule. Name a device that helps to maintain a potential difference across a conductor. The answer will be a battery consisting of one or more cell can help to maintain a potential difference across a conductor. Next question, what is meant by saying that the potential difference between 2 points is 1 volt? The potential difference between 2 points is said to be 1 volt when 1 joule of work is done to move a charge of 1 coulomb from one point to another. How much energy is given to each coulomb of charge passing through a 6 volt battery? So we know that V is equal to W by Q. You are given the V to be 6 volt and Q to be 1 coulomb. Therefore, your W will be 6 into 1, that is 6 joules. So thank you.